We felt it important to be able to plan for a dignified death. Deaths come in many shapes and forms, but few are natural. A natural death has long been seen as the best way to die. It was as though people were thinking of nature as a great mysterious force with its own special kind of moral authority. But nature in this sense would supposedly allow you to die painlessly and peacefully. However, statistics tell us that less than 15% of people die in that way in the Western world. More than 80% die in some form of care from a terminal condition. Being aware of in what manner you might die will help you plan your future and the future of your loved ones. For example, dying of certain types of cancer might cause you physical pain, and you decide about life-prolonging treatment versus quality of life. If your cognition is intact, you can make these kind of decisions, discuss them with your loved ones, and weigh them up for things that are important to you. Dying of dementia poses different problems. As soon as your cognition goes, your options will be limited. It is for this condition we developed the Dementia Diagnosis Kit. Knowing the time dementia will set in, and we can predict this very accurately these days, allows you to make decisions on your quality of life. Do you want control on your end of life, or leave these decisions in the hands of your loved ones and healthcare providers? The Planned Death Company feels strongly that there is a deep difference between having a life and merely being alive, and we want to help you have a meaningful life for as long as possible.
My mother planned her death after she received her dementia diagnosis. My mother was determined to depart this life on her own terms. She left a note to share with the world and to make the case for a planned death. I will read an edited version for you now. I will take my life today around noon. It is time. Dementia is taking its toll and I've nearly lost myself. I've nearly lost me. My loved ones will be at my side as I depart. I've known that I have dementia, a progressive loss of memory and judgment, for a decade, and I've been living with it for the last 3 years. It is a stealthy, stubborn, and oh so reliable disease. I find it a boring disease, and despite the sweetness and politeness of my family, I am bright enough to be aware of how boring they find it too. There comes a time in the progress of dementia when one is no longer competent to guide one's own affairs. I want out before the day when I can no longer assess my situation. Understand that I am giving up nothing. All I lose is an infinite number of years of being a vegetable in a hospital setting, eating up the country's money, but not having the faintest idea of who I am. All members of my immediate family, daughter, son, 2 granddaughters and 4 grandsons, know that it matters to me not to become a burden to them or to society. I have discussed my situation with them all. In our family, it is recognized that any adult has the right to make her own decision. Just in case anyone is tempted to think I must be brave to decide to die, you should know that I am not. I am sorely fearful of being alone in the dark. I do not want to die alone. Who wants to die surrounded by strangers, no matter how excellent their care and competence? Each of us is born uniquely and dies uniquely. I think of dying as a final adventure with a predictably abrupt end. I know it's time to leave. Today now, I go thankfully into that good night.